Howdy peeps, welcome back to the channel and what should be a couple of fairly quick reviews. Now, I was out the other day and I spotted these in my local model shop. Now, they're Tamiya. They are 1/100th scale, so teeny weeny little planes. And I was just interested to see what they were, how they were as kits, what you get. Yeah, you think 1/100 they are going to be really small. The MiG-19 especially is teeny. The IL-28 is actually quite a decent sized plane, so considering what I paid for them, which was $3.99 each from my local shop, so you'll probably be able to get them cheaper elsewhere, we're not really going to complain. So let's have a look. See, start off with the little one, the MiG-19. Your usual Tamiya boxing, nice artwork, everything, just looks nice. Bit of bump about the plane on that side of the box, and one of the schemes, I think it's probably just going to be a bare metal finish. Excuse me, I'm running out of space on the bench at the moment. I do need to tidy up. There we go. Instructions, plastic, an addendum sheet and the decals. There's not a lot in here, but £4, what do you expect? This isn't exactly going to take long to go through, is it? Let's start with the plastic. Only a single bag, but yes, Tamiya staples. Why must you use staples, Tamiya? I know they're probably a couple of seconds quicker than tape, but they're bloody annoying. Not just for when they scratch your kit parts, but also for when you miss the bin and you stand on the sodden things. Right, so what have we got in here? 2 fuselage halves, a sprue with the rest of the bits, another little sprue with some missiles on it, a little bag with the clear parts, and another little bag with some ball bearing nose weights. And I'm going to bring you in a little closer because these are teeny tiny little kits. Let's see if we can get this zoomed in slowly and sensibly and get this entire sprue in the shot. There we go. I worked that out about right, didn't I? More luck than judgment. So, first glance, yeah, we have recessed panel lines on the wings, raised panel lines on the tails, horizontal stabilizers, sorry, recessed detail on the fuel tanks, bombs and a bunch of other little parts. Obviously not a huge amount of detail on things like wheels. I don't think there is even a cockpit to go in this. I think we just get a seat, that's about it. There we go. But yeah, the nose cone, for the price of it, nothing to complain about. Although the sprue is dated 1968-2004 Tamiya, so whether they've retooled it from the earlier 1968 tooling, looking at it, I wouldn't say that's a 1968 sprue, so I'd suggest they probably have retooled it. And we have the fuselage halves with the little remnants of sprue gate on them. Try and get them That's the right way up, if not round. Anyway, again we've got fine surface detail, recessed panel lines. They do disappear around the side though here, which suggests to me that they've either sanded it out or something's gone iffy with the mould. They are very shallow and quite soft in places though, so we shall see when it goes together. So the fuselage halves, then we get the missiles. Yeah, at least said the better. They probably are the 1968 tool. Ejector pin marks on the tail fins that will need filling. Big old seam line all the way around them. Other than that, no detail. But hey, it's 1/100th, what do we expect? Clear part, I'm not going to bother taking it out of the bag because it looks clear, which could be a downfall given the lack of any interior detail at all, unless that is an instrument panel there as well. No, it isn't. It's just, so yeah, that looks passable. That'll do the job as long as it fits. And we have the decals, decals, water slide transfers, whatever you want to call them, whatever your choice of terminology may be. Are these going to be typical Tamiya? Yep, they are. They're not too bad. They're nicely in register. He says checking he's actually on the mat. Yeah. Again, for £4, what do you expect? There's a decent variety there. At least 3 schemes, so that should, excuse me, could prove interesting. We might have some funky camo patterns we can do rather than the standard all over bare metal finish with a couple of green flashes. So pop all these back in the box. As I say, it's nice to just get the actual nose weights as well. So that feels quite a bit in there for what is a teeny tiny plane. Correction sheet, which is saying they got the part number wrong on the gear bay doors, and that's it. And the instructions, I'm guessing, aren't going to be anything special. Oh, there is more than one step. So we start off fuselage halves going together, all the big bits going on, the ballast going in. If you want to do it in flight, we've got all the gear bay covers. As I thought, literally just the seat to go into the cockpit, which is completely non-existent. Then all the little fuel tanks, missiles, and the rest of the little bits to go on. So as you can see, there's not a lot to these. Then we have marking schemes for the Soviet Air Force, Cuban Air Force and East German Air Force, all in bare metal silver. So yeah, I say for £4 I'm not disappointed. Now, I pretty much got that one to do for a speed build whenever one comes up. If there's another 2-hour speed build, I should be able to knock that together in time. But the one that did come as a surprise to me was the Ilyushin, the Beagle. The amount you get in the box. Yes, same size box. I believe there's quite a few in the range, and I think, as I say, they've just been re-released. But yeah, there's Obviously a lot more plastic, more decals, more instructions, but we'll leave those for a bit. Let's see how we go. Let's have a look at what we get. Oh, that's arg. We might actually put this one back in the bag. There's a bit more weight to it, that's for certain. So clear parts as before, same nose weights, fuselage halves, and this time we get 2 sprues. So we shall. Let's start off with the fuselage halves, shall we? I'm guessing that way up. So again, we've got recessed panel lines, a little bit of riveting here and there in the wing root, which means you'll never see it. But again, no, it's not up to any massive standards. I mean, you can see on some of the panel lines where they have rejigged the tool from raised to recessed. Not the cleanest, but again, we'll forgive it some soft or not particularly great panel lines just because of the price of it. It is true, you should get what you pay for. You can see on the top here, on the nose, there's panel lines that are still raised. Thankfully they missed it on both sides of the mould, so that won't be an issue. Unless of course we've got to sand it, then we could have a problem. But again, at 1/100th scale, it's not really going to be an issue. It's just a quick throw together, have a bit of fun build really, rather than anything else. And we've got wings, again, similar panel lining. It's all recessed, but it's very fine. Might need re-scribing before we even start. Because some of them do disappear and then come back again. Tail planes, nice, solid. Wheels actually look pretty good. Either drop tanks or bombs or something, gun turrets, random pieces. Nothing too nasty on there. And given it's Tamiya, it should fit together fairly well. And this one's saying 19. Oh dear, excuse me, I need a quick swig. Glug glug glug. Ah, that's better. Yeah, this one's, hope I held it the right way up, wouldn't it? Not all of us can read upside down. Copyright 1970, 2004, so this is another one that does say to me they've been repairing and re-scribing and, you know, sorting out the tools and the moulds. And the second sprue holds the engine housings, gear bay doors, bomb bay doors, sorry, gear bay doors. Guessing that's probably cockpit. And again, no similar. I hate to say it, some of those panel lines are pretty nasty. But again, £4, so can't really complain too much. Especially if it was a 1970 tool that they just rejigged to get a bit more life out. Wasn't the cockpit, that's the inside of the bomb bay, which comes with 4 bombs nastily moulded in it. So yeah, we'll be doing this bomb bay closed, as long as the bomb bay doors fit. We get the same 2 little nose weights and 3 pieces of clear, which I believe is the main nose, the actual cockpit and the rear gun turret. This is a medium bomber. And it doesn't really matter if it's very clear or not because there's no cockpit inside. You probably just paint the inside of it black and hope no one looks too closely. I mean, I don't think I've seen a Beagle in any other manufacturer's lineup. It's not something I recall seeing, so it might well be the only model of one out there. And similar decals to the previous, the MiG-19. Your standard Tamiya decal fare, so gonna need to get the solver set on them to get them to suck down into any panel lines, but also we got Soviet, would that be Czech or Croatian? Something like that, maybe Greek, I don't know. Let's have a look. Well, rather than me trying to guess what I'm looking at, we'll probably find out there isn't even a single Russian scheme in there. So, quick, let's see, it's some slightly larger instructions, the usual guff. And here we have the markings. We have Soviet, Indonesian, Finnish and Polish. Nowhere near on any of them then. There we go. Other than the Soviet one, I got that right. Oh, and a Chinese one. So, construction starts with, oh, pull it up a bit. And the cells go together. Weights, seat, main parts all just get nailed together in one, and then we have the bomb bays going in, undercarriage, fiddly bits, and finally clear parts with the tail gun. Job done. So, what do I reckon? Yeah, for £4, or whatever you probably find in the $3.50 elsewhere if you really want to save a few pennies. They're not a bad little kit. You know, keep you something to do for an afternoon. I've certainly built worse looking kits with worse looking sprues anyway. And it should have typical Tamiya engineering. And again, I go back to the price. I know they're small, they're 1/100th. But there are some actually really quite cool subjects in the range. I do. We're not going to get them both in shot, are we? Not without zooming back out again, so let's do that. Oh, wrong way. Zoom out. There we go. So there are some quite interesting subjects in the range. I think there was the MiG-15, which would be even smaller, MiG-21. So a Crusader, there's quite a few others. So if the smaller scales are your thing, or you're just looking for something quick to chuck together for a laugh, nothing too serious, and a break between 32nd or 48th scale jets and 35th scale 1000-piece tank kits, they'll do the job. So you get what you pay for. To my mind, obviously without any cockpit detail in there, that is a letdown, but even at 172, take a 172 Spit, how much can you see in the cockpit of one of those? You can see there's a seat and that's about it. So just having a seat, that's about all you're going to see anyway, especially if it's a smaller scale. But yeah, I think for the amusement and the enjoyment I'll get out of these two kits for £8, I can't say I've gone wrong. There's your extra proof, they're both the same price. I'd say the IL-28 is definitely the better value because just the sheer amount of extra plastic you get in there. But yeah, that'll do for that. I was trying to keep that to a nice short one, but we somehow managed to end up at 20 minutes anyway. That's just me really, I guess. Can't do anything quickly apart from actually build the damn things, and I could probably build one of them quicker than it took me to review it. So continue to enjoy your hobby, have fun, make sure you're enjoying it, build for yourself, build what you want, how you want. He says, just realising that's some of the bits out of the kit. Bosh. Bosh. But yeah, have fun, rock on, peace, bye bye.